Hey Virgo Libras, welcome into your Virgo season energy forecast here at Cusp of Roses. My name is Gabrielle. For anyone new to the channel, welcome in. For those of you returning, welcome back. And special shout out to all my channel members tuning into this message early and ad-free. I love you all so very much, and I thank you for your love and support. It truly means the world to me. Shout out to everybody who leaves comments as well. I appreciate you. You can check out our sanctuary emoji comment code if you want to make your presence known without necessarily sharing anything that might be private to you. That's all going to be in the comments down below, okay? So check that out. Make sure you also read through the description, okay? For everything you need to know about how to connect with me for personal readings, how to shop your merch, and how to get exclusive perks in our community here, okay? As well as how to nurture our sanctuary. All of that listed in the description box. And shout out to everybody who is here, okay? Virgo Libras. Very kind of unexpected energy. I don't know what I was maybe expecting, but I felt a little shocked by the message that came forward for you in my meditation. Somebody here is dealing with like, and the only way I can really put it is relationship anxiety. Deeply desiring like connection, but okay, thank you, Divine. I'm like, it's almost like somebody has to either recognize that the fantasy of relationship can be a reality for them, or there's a need to find some sort of happy medium between fantasy and reality here, okay? So maybe there's a strong Piscean influence on some of y'all. Maybe the moon is very tied to you, or you are very influenced by moon energy. There's some sort of, there's a fear of an illusion. Okay, this could be centered around a particular relationship that you have or that you want, Virgo Libra. It almost seems like maybe that too good to be true, or you're just hyper aware that like how you think of something might not be the reality. And then is that going to be something that you can deal with or accept, or are you still going to feel the same once the reality of something kind of hits or is revealed to you? So there is something maybe hidden about this, or like unknown. I don't want to say hidden. Hidden isn't the right word. There's a lot that you don't know. And I think it's the not knowing that keeps you in this kind of reserved energy. And so maybe who's on the other side of this, I'm going to call it a two of cups with you, is feeling that reservation. So then they're unsure. But I just think there's too much gray area for you specifically, for you to feel comfortable in something. And I don't know, just off of the rip, I wouldn't say force yourself through it. I just think there needs to be maybe a little bit more that comes to light for you to feel safe enough maybe to fully embrace this connection. So there is a connection here for you. You feel a connection to someone, or someone feels connected to you. You could be cross-watching for a Virgo Libra. Cross-watchers are welcome, okay? Take the messages as always as they resonate for you. Leave what doesn't connect with you for yourself at a later date or for someone else. There is a connection here though. Again, someone's feeling it, you both are feeling it, but maybe it's there's a lot of gray area though. What's the gray area between Virgo Libra and this person? This is going to be the highlight or the focus of your Virgo season? I guess so. Or maybe Virgo season is when that gray area gets a little bit more defined. High Priestess, first card out. I am confirming something. So if you were wondering if somebody was feeling connected to you, and if you were connecting to them and they connect to you in the way that you feel connected, it's like, yeah, okay, your answer is yes. That connection is felt both ways, Virgo Libra. Okay. But I still get there's a lot unknown. Thank you, Divine. Clearly, there's a lot that's still unknown that feels, I almost want to say sacred. It's almost like it's unknown, but should I know? Or should I be okay with not knowing? There's a lot of questions, I feel like, on Virgo Libra's end. What? Tell me a little bit more. Temperance. Oh, the patience. Oh, the patience. The waiting it out. Somebody has been patiently waiting to figure out or see what can't be seen, or understand what's been kept in the dark, or what is only known by the divine. Look at all the majors coming out for you, Virgo Libra. Strength. That's what I mean. It's like somebody's holding back, like, I don't know if I can go full force with something. I don't know if I can fully express myself or say it. I don't know. It's like holding back until you have more information. So information is critical here. You need to know something for sure or for certain before you let that lion loose. Let your passion out. The Queen of Rods. Yeah, let that passion out. That's what I think. I think it's just like, I don't know if this person even really likes me. Maybe okay, someone's just overthinking it a little bit. And maybe let me not even cast that out, because it might not actually be overthinking. I think for the dynamics and how this is set up, I think it's maybe very fair and valid to be unsure. Something is not clear, cut and dry. It's a little mysterious. It's High Priestess. It's subconscious. It's the moon. Yeah. So the moon could be very significant throughout Virgo season for you. It is a ruling energy that I picked up on for you, which I'm going to start putting what I pick up on as far as zodiac energies, planets, and houses. I'm going to start leaving them in the comments, okay? So check that out and refer back to it. You can screenshot it to carry it with you throughout the month, okay? Someone wants to know if the other person likes them. Like, are they attracted to me? Is there attraction there? Am I attractive to this person? So what's felt is on a spiritual level. What might be trying to be made sense of is how that connects on a 3D physical level. And I think that's what someone's trying to like figure out, or is holding back themselves until they know, okay, cool, in the ethers, in spirit, this makes sense, but in the 3D reality, does it make sense? Or it's kind of like a fantasy versus reality. Or am I just making all of this up in my head? Like, am I making this up? Am I going crazy? Maybe I'm just in a fantasy around this person. Maybe they don't feel, it's like all of that kind of Nine of Swords energy is floating around someone. So I do feel like I can confirm that it is felt with the Temperance between two cups. There is definitely a heavy spiritual connection between you and someone. But it's almost like with the Strength and the Queen of Rods, can somebody handle you in reality though? That's the question mark. Can we get an answer to that? Judgment. I would say that's a yes. Oh, I just heard I've handled you before and I can handle you again. Well, hey now. Okay. It's a little spicy now. Justice. We've done this before. I'll do it again. Okay. Sorry. Not whoever else is on the other end of this getting offended. No offense to that. Don't take that personally. Judgment and justice, though, it would be balanced. The Nine of Wands. Somebody just would have to... Okay, it's triggering, though. Okay. Somebody would have to be okay with being triggered and working through those triggers, and not maybe running away from the connection because of the triggers. It's familiar, but not the same. What does that mean? Familiar, but not the same. Something about you, Virgo Libra, could be reminiscent of something for this person. So it's like, as much as they like you, you also trigger them. And maybe that's vice versa too. It doesn't have to be. It can be one-sided, but it's like someone's gonna have to work through those triggers to actually be in this connection with you. And maybe that's what's holding somebody up. The Lovers, I can't make it up. Relationship anxiety. I want this, but can I handle it? So maybe not even from a can you handle it, like somebody's like too much. It's just, it's going to be triggering. Can you handle the triggers? Are you going to project your past onto somebody? So maybe that's a question for you, or that's a question from this person. The Six of, I can't make it up. There's some heavy, heavy past life energy here between you and someone. Six of Cups. This could also be somebody here, Virgo, Libra, that you've known for a very long time. Maybe y'all just haven't crossed that line with each other, but the energy has always been there. Yeah, I'm kind of getting this like we're not kids anymore. We're grown. The Knight of Rods, yeah. Huh. Maybe y'all were teenagers or just young like that. Early teens. Pre-teens, middle. This could be somebody from middle school. Oh my gosh. Show me the High Priestess. That's your first card out. So that is the strongest energy. The freaking Hierophant. Okay. Let's take a break. Let's cut to commercial right quick because I need to process. Excuse me, Virgo Libra. The Hierophant. Confirming the High Priestess. It's always been you. It's always been you. It's always been them. It's always been y'all. Okay, Virgo Libra, what you are feeling is something that is in fact real. So hopefully that's confirmation for someone. What you're feeling is real. You're not crazy. You're not making it up. It's not this fantasy. It is absolutely something that can be real or just is real. I would say there's a strong destiny between you two. Oh, there's a strong destiny between you two. Clarify Temperance. With the Sun and Death. And then the Sun kind of coming out low-key reverse though. Okay, this would be a connection that again hasn't seen light. It's something that is probably more shadowy, and again, it triggers either you or them or both of y'all. That's probably the intention of this connection. Y'all are meant to trigger each other into healing, into transformation, into some sort of shift. Yeah, to end certain things. This could be somebody that doesn't deal with change very well. So you could be dealing with any of the fixed signs. This could be a Aquarius, a Taurus, a Scorpio, or a Leo. That could also be in your chart. Why the Sun in reverse? And clarify Strength. The Hermit. Yeah, this is a connection that forces you both to face your shadow. So maybe what's been unclear is the purpose of having this kind of spiritual bond to someone. I feel like for some of y'all, there are a couple of different timelines with this energy. For some of y'all, the fact that you are connected to trigger each other's shadows is in fact the purpose. That might not mean that you're meant to be together in physical reality, which is hard. I understand that. And maybe that's where some of y'all have recently accepted or stepped into that awareness. Like, okay, I can take the pressure off of this becoming something tangible and just accept that it's a spiritual bond that I have. It triggers all this shadow in me and I'm meant to heal from it. And that's its purpose. That's its function. Not necessarily something that's supposed to be like romantic or anything of the sort. It's spiritual work that's getting done between two souls. Okay. High Priestess, Hierophant with the Temperance and the Sun in reverse. And for the Hermit to come out, that definitely, again, double clarifies that this is definitely something past life, or your souls have done this before, which would say either this person is in star energy, because Hermit is Virgo, okay? So this connection has brought you through a lot of soul work, or has brought you into better understanding your inner world. You more than likely have also done the same for this person. So this person could be in star energy, Aquarius. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, Virgo-Libra, or someone who has strong Aquarius energy in their chart, or a lot of placements in their 11th house. Show me the Queen of Rods. There's that Nine of Swords. Right. So for that timeline, you might want to take the pressure off of like this becoming something romantic. Take that off of this connection, because that could be causing unnecessary friction. It could just be there for the spiritual growth. And that's kind of it. So whether or not it manifests in the 3D isn't necessarily the purpose or where the focus needs to be. That's for one timeline. Another timeline of y'all, though, this is something that is meant to come into some sort of light, is meant to manifest in the physical. But the healing work that has to happen in order for that to occur is what needs to be focused on. Okay? So somebody could be taking your reservation as like you're not attracted to them, which really isn't the case. You're trying to figure out what they think and feel towards you. So again, there's a lot of gray area, unknown kind of mystery around this that might get cleared up with judgment here in Virgo season. Okay. So somebody might be making a move. 10 of Cups. Somebody might be making a move. So yeah, the answer is yes. This is definitely a connection that can lead to emotional fulfillment, whether it is something that is just supposed to trigger spiritual growth for you or supposed to manifest in the 3D. A 10 of Cups can be had regardless of what timeline you're on here. Because I think that's what it is. Somebody's fighting what they're feeling, which is this emotional fulfillment. But because there maybe hasn't been a conversation yet, or you know, someone's actions aren't really clear or their words aren't really clear. So it's like, I don't want to make assumptions around what someone's thinking and feeling. I want to just know it directly. Yeah, okay. Two people definitely feeling each other, but trying to make sense of what the connection is. The Magician, with the Two of Wands, right? Is this something that I should be holding space for in my physical reality, or is it something that's just etheric and meant for something else? But again, whatever is being triggered, regardless of the timeline that you're on in this energy, it is supposed to help you both step into your power as the Magician, create something different and new. So maybe the answer is it could be real if that's what you want and intend. It could also just stay etheric if that's what you both want and intend. So the intentions here are significant. Maybe there's a situation where one person wants it to be more physical and the other person is more comfortable with it being etheric. Clarify the Six of Cups. I get the moon. I get the feeling somebody wants this. And maybe that's why I was a little shocked and surprised. Someone might even be shocked and surprised that they want a connection with you. Or you might be shocked and surprised that somebody wants a connection with you. Because something about the 3D doesn't really point to that. Which is probably why somebody here was like, am I making this up? Like, am I in my head? Like, am I going nuts? Like, no, you're feeling something very real. It just doesn't align with what's happening in the 3D, which can definitely be confusing. But you got the moon under the Six of Cups. Definite deep soulmate bond that y'all have. For sure, past life as well. Show me the Knight of Rods. The Five of Cups. And the King of Pentacles. Okay, so you could be dealing again with an earth sign. Or an air sign. For somebody here, somebody in your energy regrets knocking over the cups with you. They feel like they did so too soon, especially if this is somebody that you've known for a really long time or knew in your youth. Somebody wishes that they could connect with you now, like they didn't close the door or impulsively kind of end something with you, because they want you now, like they want access to you now. Why am I saying it like that? Access to you. So this is someone who feels like they don't have access to you, or you don't talk to, or they can't get in contact with you in some way. Somebody thank you Divine. With the Six of Cups and the moon, someone's walking down memory lane about you, Virgo-Libra. This could be someone recognizing the soul bond that you had, or the type of energy that y'all share, this trigger. So someone could have ran away because they got triggered, and they might regret running away because they want you now, but they feel like they can't have you. Why? Okay, what's this third timeline? Clarify. High Priestess with this Hierophant. Did I not say somebody's going to be in star energy? And it fell right on top of the Hermit. I can't make it up. I think that adds more to that layer of, for some of y'all here, maybe majority of y'all, this is something that might not actually materialize in the 3D, but just because it doesn't materialize in the 3D doesn't make it real for your soul and your spirit. Others of y'all, that just again speaks to the healing that has to happen for this to be a 10 of Cups. Tower. Wow. With the Devil. Some of y'all are acting as a form of judgment for someone, and the only reason why that is because you have this soul bond. Kind of feels like, Virgo-Libra, you're the only one that could call someone into judgment as the High Priestess or the Hierophant. So maybe by you showing strength and standing in your spiritual power with the Queen of Wands, it's creating an environment energetically and from a spiritual perspective for someone to have to do some healing. Because I do think whoever this is, they have the intentions of, I'm going to say it, like being in love with you or being a lover to you. It's what they want and desire with the Two of Wands. But that desire is still secret and hidden behind the moon. Again, with the sun in reverse. It's like their soul calls to you at night. Again, there's a strong pull there, but for whatever reason in the 3D, it makes it confusing because they don't move as if their soul is being called towards you. So maybe you knocked these cups over, Virgo Libra, and was like, I'm not dealing with that. But the Tower and the Devil, yeah, it's forcing someone to face a fear that they have, relationship anxiety. This could definitely be somebody who's used to getting what they want or not really having to pursue what they want because they have options or like it just comes to them. But this person feels drawn to you and that's different. But in that being drawn to you, they're also having to face all these shadows and these fears. So they're getting triggered by their attraction to you. Okay, we're figuring it out. Yeah, someone's triggered by their attraction to you. Show me the Queen of Wands with the Nine of Swords next to this Devil. The Page of Pentacles with the Three of Swords. Yeah. Somebody's afraid to go all in on their desire and want for you or to make it kind of known because they don't want to be in the Three of Swords. They don't want their heart to be broken. So this is in the same way that you're going to have to trust what you feel is real. They're going to have to trust that what they feel is real. But trusting what they feel feels like maybe more of an obstacle, or it looks like more of an obstacle for them than it maybe is for you. Because you're standing in your spiritual power. We don't have the King of Wands out here. We have the Knight of Wands. This is someone who's kind of in and out of that spiritual authority. So they stand in it sometimes and then they don't other times and then they're back into it. And then so until they make a decision definitively on if they want to be this Hierophant or High Priestess, that's probably why you're in the Strength and kind of hermited away from them a little bit, because it's like they got to make a clear choice and decision on who they are before you can feel safe enough to maybe reveal who you are or kind of be in that energy with them. Because someone who's wishy-washy like that, it's going to create too much disruption in whatever this is. Like, again, strong soul purpose between you two. It's going to be that much harder to get to the Ten of Cups because they're in and out. Okay, show me judgment around this Ten of Cups with the Page of Pentacles. Thank you, Divine. Come on now. I cannot. The Ten of Pentacles. That's the judgment. That's what you're both being called to. A Ten of Cups and a Ten of Pentacles. That's exactly what you would want. That's everything you would want. That's everything anybody wants. But the Three of Wands. Yeah, okay, I hear you. Whoever this High Priestess is, if that's you, Virgo, Libra, or if it's who you're connecting with, they're going to stand in their power. They're going to be the Queen of Wands, queen of their spiritual energy, and they're showing strength in that. This High Priestess is waiting for the Hierophant to step into their King of Wands, to come out of that Knight of Wands energy and become the King. This High Priestess isn't going to make a move until that masculine energy, whoever that is, if it's you or someone else, stands in their energy too. Makes a definitive choice to be in that energy and not double back on it. Not run away from it. So maybe, I don't know, if this person did run away from you in some way, or kind of distance themselves from you, or just, again, in and out, they're in and out of this spiritual bond with you. The fact that you're consistent and standing in your power is exactly what's kind of initiating this person. It's like if you were wishy-washy too, it would be like, okay, yeah, there's some sort of like something here. But because you're just consistent, it kind of diminishes the doubt that this person has around what they feel or whatever's happening for them, which feels very spiritual. Show me the 9 of Wands with the Magician next to this 10 of Pentacles. Thank you, Divine. You know what? I'm not going to scream. That's not what I'm going to do. I want to, though. What the heck? Virgo-libra. Period, poo. Period. Shout out to the High Priestess, okay? Because, mama, you're doing it. You're doing what you need to be doing. Period. Okay? What did I just say? Gonna have to step into the King of Wands. You're gonna have to show up. And that's exactly what they did. I know that's right. Okay, 10 of Wands to the 4 of Wands. King of Swords with the King of Cups. Oh. That's what we like to see. Oh, I love this. So if you are the High Priestess, the feminine energy here, what you need to know for Virgo season is you're calling your masculine counterpart into their power by standing in yours. By being fearless. The Queen of Wands is fearless. So is the King of Wands. But that Queen of Wands is a little extra fierce on that. She don't care. Okay? You're creating space for this masculine to also not care. Because that seems like they maybe cared a little too much. Wow. I love that. Show me the Lovers with the 2 of Wands. Yeah, no, it's in for y'all. It could definitely be in the cards between you and this person. So don't count that out as a reality, despite, and I know, despite what the 3D might be telling you right now, what's happening in the ethers between y'all, out low key, is way more important. That's why I'm saying let go of the pressure of trying to make this a physical thing. Let it be spirit. Let it be etheric. If it's meant to ground and manifest in the 3D, it will. And if it's not, then that's still fine too. What's important is the healing that you're both doing and the power you're activating. Okay? Show me the Lovers with the 2 of Wands next to this King of Wands. I know that's right. Come through, masculine. Say, hold on, you called? With the Ace of Wands at the bottom. Show me the Lovers with the 2. Come on now, the 7 of Wands. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of fire between you two. So if there was a doubt of attraction, don't doubt it. They're just as attracted to you as you are to them. Okay, that's probably the realest thing about this whole situation right now, especially if this is still in the ethers. But I do think that there is some form of protection that's in place already. But what I'm also getting again is confirmation. This masculine energy has to stand their ground in the fact that they're a King of Wands. They have to stand in their spiritual authority for this High Priestess Hierophant dynamic to work. And the High Priestess isn't going to come off of their energy just because the masculine is off of it. The High Priestess clearly is going to stand in her power regardless if that masculine is going to do it or not. But it looks like the masculine is doing it. Okay? Yeah, and you know, this could also just be very strongly in the desire of this masculine. We'll see if it actually turns into action. Show me the 6 of Cups with the Moon next to the 7 of Wands. The 2 of Cups. I can't. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like this masculine that we're speaking on, again, it could be you, Virgo, Libra, it could be somebody connected to you, is starting to gain their spiritual vision. So what they couldn't see, what was hidden in plain sight for them before they got this spiritual vision activation, they now see very clearly, which could be also motivating this desire to start stepping into that some more. Now, again, I have a feeling, and I need to say it, don't go checking the 3D right now to like see if there are, like, don't do that. Let what's meant to be. Stay focused on you standing in your power, especially if you're the feminine energy here. Okay? Focus on the healing that has to happen, and let this just be what it needs to be in the moment that it needs to be, okay? Because I feel like you go try to hurry up and check the 3D to see if something's moving or not, it's gonna disappoint you. Like, it's gonna hurt. Don't do that to yourself. Don't torture yourself like that. Okay? But yes, again, further confirmation. There is a very, very strong spiritual and, dare I even say, emotional bond between you two. That could very well manifest into a 10 of Pentacles. Okay? But this masculine has to decide firmly and definitively that they are going to be who they need to be and who they're meant to be. They got to step on their spiritual path and not look back every 5 seconds. Okay? And not doubt. And that's something that, if you, again, are the feminine energy, you can't do for them. Okay? All you can do is just trust your path and stand your ground on where you're at. Show me the Knight of Wands with this 5 of Cups next to the 2 of Cups. Justice. Yeah, and the 8 of Pentacles. So there is a masculine putting in the work now. And I keep wanting to say now. So this could have definitely been a long and low-key, maybe drawn-out process. Probably, if I'm willing to kind of put an energy on it, probably longer than it needed to be. But it's getting to a point where, yeah, those scales need to be balanced now. With truth. And the truth is, the bond between you and this person is absolutely undeniable, absolutely deep. Okay? Damn near want to say ancient, but it's gonna have to come into balance regardless if that, again, is just in the spirit, or if that is, if the actual intention for y'all incarnating here in this lifetime was to anchor something in the 3D in the form of a 10 of Pentacles. What's meant to be will absolutely be. Okay? And keep in mind, for those of y'all where you know deep down that this is just a spiritual bond, it's not necessarily meant to be a 3D reality. It's a spiritual bond that helps you build your own 10 of Pentacles and helps them build their 10 of Pentacles. So the purpose behind that 10 of Pentacles could be different between y'all, not shared, but it doesn't make it any less valuable, okay, or worthy of experiencing. Just want to put that out there. Okay, so show me the healing then that has to happen or is happening for Virgo Libra in this person. I'm going to use the Rose Oracle this season. The crowning, initiation, thresholds, rebirth. Come to me attracting like a rose. Receive and desire. Exactly like I said. Someone desires this, but they have to go through their initiation. They have to cross over the threshold. They have to stand firmly on the other side of that threshold so they can go through their rebirth, that death energy that peaked out earlier. And like I said, this feminine standing in their High Priestess, Queen of Wands power and being very strong in it as well is attracting their masculine. So if you are the feminine, I would say get ready to receive if you aren't already. Some of y'all have been ready to receive. What else is healing here? The sun. That's why it's in reverse. Joy, fun, life force, success, and play. I feel like this probably hasn't been a very enjoyable experience for the feminine, I would probably say. So the feminine might have lost a little bit of like excitement and spark in this. Especially if all the signs in the 3D was just making it look like this isn't going to happen. It's not going to be successful. We're not going to anchor this in. Okay. Right? But I think that forced the feminine to have to open up to receive that joy and that success and that play and that energy in other ways. So again, it still serves a purpose, whether this is meant to be grounded in reality or not. And I think that's important for the feminine to focus on. There are other avenues for joy, fun, success, and play other than this connection. Don't limit yourself to only being able to receive that from this bond that you have, okay? Yeah, unseen help and support and community. Y'all definitely have a lot of ancestors and spiritual energy supporting y'all. Yeah, this was probably a connection that was meant to teach boundaries and clear communication. Boundaries for the feminine, clear communication for the masculine. Clearly communicate who you are. None of this in 1 foot in and 1 foot out and wishy-washy back and forth stuff. Stand on it. Stand in your power. Or don't. Truly, because that's an option too. But somebody was like in the door, out the door. Yeah, 1 foot over the threshold. The other foot's still kind of peeking over the other side. You cannot be in that gray area, especially when it comes to spirit. So I don't know if this masculine thought they could kind of maintain 2 worlds at once without having to make a choice about who they are. Somebody, definitely a masculine, might have been convinced that they could straddle the fence in this situation, and that's why the tower showed up. No, there's no straddling a fence. You're on one side or you're on the other. You get to decide where you want to be. I don't think this feminine is pressuring the masculine to be on one side or the other, but there is this sense of the 3 of Wands waiting for you to take a stance. Waiting for you to stand up on either side, so this knows how to kind of shift and change and move in whatever direction it needs to. So that again tells me there is a window or a timeline where this can be tangible in the 3D, but that depends on the free will choices of both parties. And rather than let this masculine kind of drag the feminine in and out, it seems like this feminine set a boundary. It was like, I'm not going to be wishy-washy with you. I've already made my choice. I'm standing in my power. You can either meet me there, which would be wonderful and great, or you don't, which is your choice, and I'll have to accept that. Doesn't also mean that somebody else won't. Throw that out there. Because I kind of feel like this masculine has maybe been holding on to this connection because it feels so powerful and so intense, but it's like it's only for me, so I get to take my time with it. I get to go explore everything else, and then I'll come back to this. And that was never ever, first of all, how that was supposed to be handled and treated. Second of all, that was never going to be the reality. Your free will choices will show the universe whether you are ready to step into that or someone else needs to. And I think somebody got a little taste of that with the Knight of Wands and the 5 of Cups. They saw maybe what it felt like by kicking over those cups between you two. Or all the exploratory, I gotta see what else is out there, all that, yeah, spilt over. Right. So I almost want to say the divine is not playing with these two, with you and somebody else. Something about the purpose and the destiny here has to happen. So yeah, them 3 cups you might have been exploring with, that was always going to get kicked over. So it's almost like the ancestors of this masculine aren't going to let them shirk off their spiritual responsibility in this lifetime. You got something to do and you need to do it. Face the fear. Do it. Yeah, okay. So that's that unseen help and support and community. Y'all have a strong etheric community behind this connection. Yeah, hidden in plain sight, learning and teaching. Like I said, something about this deep connection was always there. And it was meant to help you both learn. And y'all were also probably put in this type of bond to teach each other things. Like I said, the free will choices of this masculine probably taught this feminine boundaries. The boundaries of this feminine taught this masculine they need to be clear. None of that gray area wishy-washy stuff. Be about your word. It's really the only thing a masculine can truly stand on, in my opinion. Okay? And I get it. I'm not a masculine. I understand. But what is a masculine, a true masculine, without their word? They say that what they're going to do and they do it. Not I say I'm this and then I'm doing something else. That's not, we'll call it, that's not healthy masculine energy. All right, divine plan. Yeah, there's a divine plan and a destiny here. What other healing is happening between these two that Virgo-Libra needs to be aware of? Flow, harmony, and right relationship. Exactly. This is a relationship that could flow, that could have harmony. We see that with the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles under judgment. That's the judgment. That's the end goal. That's where the divine wants these two souls to be. But if either one of them decides to not stand firm in their power, especially spiritually, this will flow on to someone else who can and will. So that, I think that might have been the biggest tower here for somebody, that this wasn't something that they could put on the shelf for later. This was like a snooze you lose type of a vibe. And that could be what has them stepping into their power now. This could be a masculine that feels like they're losing this feminine, or they've already lost it. I can't make it up. Ancestral work, healing, and individuation. Y'all have ancestral work to do. And your ancestors and their ancestors are not playing about that. Okay, clarify the come to me. Ooh-wee. The Holy Grail, stop the endless searching. I can't make it up. That's why this took as long as it did. This masculine was searching and searching high and low. There's got to be something else. There's got to be a like vibe. If I could find a similar vibe, then okay, I won't have to feel all that pressure around the connection because it's found elsewhere. No, the vibe here is not going to be found anywhere else and with anyone else. Somebody might be learning that the hard way. Like I said, it's always been you, it's always been them. It was meant, it was written that way. Ooh, Virgo-Libra, show me the sun. Yeah, the rapture, sensuality, love, romance, and pleasure. Exactly. Like I was saying, though, as well for the feminine, that probably was a tough lesson. As intense as this soul connection is, stocking all of your desire and love and romance and pleasure in the connection, like not allowing yourself to receive that from other things, not necessarily other people, but just other things, is probably a lot of the lessons that you had to learn. That yes, there is a lot of pleasure, there's a lot of sensuality, there's a lot that is yet to be experienced between these two. But you don't have to hold yourself back from experiencing that through other things, through other joys, through having fun in different ways, just because this masculine isn't here. Okay, and again, I'm not talking about with other people. I'm saying you can derive joy and fun and pleasure from your hobbies, from service, from volunteering, from spending time with family. Like, it can equate the same feeling if you allow it to. That's a mind thing. But if you tell your mind, I'm only going to get joy and fun and pleasure if this masculine comes into my reality, that's the only way, then you're going to live a very miserable experience. And that's probably why this got a little lackluster for you, because you weren't enjoying life outside of the connection. Okay? So there could have been a lot of that. Yeah. But all the sensuality and love and romance and pleasure that's stored up between these two can still be experienced, so long as this masculine makes that firm decision. Yeah, the sacred waters of replenishment, health and self-care, exactly. But both people have to show up healthy. And I think that's where this masculine might have been dragging their feet a little bit. They weren't letting go of the unhealthy habits. This endless searching was actually doing more damage genuinely to them and this connection, but really to them. And I think they couldn't see it that way, but they maybe see it that way now. So this masculine feels like they wasted time. Like they've gotten to that point where they can look back and be like, I wasted a lot of time when it was right there, hidden in plain sight. All the sensuality, love, romance and pleasure that they were seeking was right in front of them the whole time. Okay, show me these boundaries. Yeah, transformation, shedding, and all change. Exactly. Release the petals. That's what had to transform. So I feel safe in saying, Virgo-Libra, it looks like you both have done what you've needed to do, or at least what needs to be done in order for this to actually be tangible is happening here in Virgo season. Okay, so maintain those boundaries. If you're the feminine, start clearly communicating who you are. If you're the masculine, make a choice. Okay, get out that gray area. But clarity, a fresh start, and a positive outlook is possible between you two. So I would almost say don't give up just yet, but I don't know. I might piss a few people off by saying that, and that's okay, because I totally understand. It would piss me off too. But the truth is the truth. The energy is the energy, and your purpose is your purpose. This ancestral work is supposed to happen, and that's what's going to be seen through. That's what you have support in the ethers for. Okay? So show me the flow, the harmony between these two souls. If they are granted this fresh start. Again, once clarity comes in. Yeah, there's a new story of alignment and coming together. So I don't know, Virgo-Libra, if you counted this masculine out, you might be pleasantly surprised. Yeah, the reunion, collaboration, partnership, and friendship might be coming in sooner than you think, boo. Okie dokie, I'm going to leave it there. I really do hope that this message was helpful for whoever this resonated for. Let me know what resonated with you in the comments down below. Y'all know I love to talk to you and chat with you down there. But if you want to remain a little bit private about your resonance, we respect that here at Cusp of Roses. Use that sanctuary code, drop a rose to show gratitude. Drop your favorite heart color to show some love, okay? Drop a lightning bolt if this just kind of hit your soul, if it really felt on point and on par with what you got going on here or what you do experience throughout Virgo season and definitely beyond it. And drop a candle. If you're just viewing and you enjoy the vibes here, even if the messages didn't necessarily resonate, it holds space for those who will connect with the message, okay? I love to see that code at work in our comments down below, so go ahead and drop me a comment right now. I appreciate you. Make sure you like this video and check out the membership link down below if you want to watch readings like this on the channel hella early, okay? So you get a little bit ahead of the seasonal shifts here. Make sure you join. Bonus content is also available there. And don't forget, you can get your August astrology and love readings for every cusp now available for individual purchase on my shop. okay? It's no longer a part of the channel membership here. I'm just gonna do them and offer them out so you can kind of a la carte it however you want. There's also that bundle option though, where you get both at a discounted price, and that will only be available through the end of the month, okay? Once August 31st hits, all of the individual cusp readings will be locked in the Sacred Rose membership vault on the store. So if you want to access them, you'll have to join there. I'm thinking about still making them individual for purchase, but maybe not. It might just be in the vault, but those bundle prices won't be available after that, okay? Alrighty, my boos. So check it out. All those links are down in the description box below. Make sure you again read through the comments, and I will see you all next season. Love you lots. Namaste.